It's weird being in your head. You know the interesting thing about being in your head is that it's that moment when you step out and you're back in the world, so to speak. It's a very interesting phenomenon, man. It was just happening to me. I was just laying in bed, um, just thinking about some stuff. I won't get into the bulk of it, but um, I do have moments that really challenge me to think, and because I because I spend a lot of time in my head, I'll go in my brain and think and do all my calculations and shit, but I'll stay there. Cause I did all that work. It's time to have some fun. So I'll just play out my imaginations and all types of stuff. Excuse me. And yeah, man, I can mess around and waste an entire day. I've done it before. I've done back when I was younger. Um, Back when I first really had to like job hunt, which was like before my job at Target. Um, Me and my family used to live at my grandma's house, and I remember I would waste a lot of time. Um, I would watch shit on Hulu back when Hulu was free. I drank a lot too. Um, I drank a lot. I used to do surveys online and just get money, and I would spend that money on alcohol in 7-Eleven. And but then there would be moments where I would just lay around and do absolutely nothing. I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't drink. I would just sit there. Like no kidding. Like I would just spend the whole day in my brain because it was way more fun than an important detail about we were living with our grandma, and she had this old house that didn't have any running water. It was run down, all types of shit. She stayed in a carriage house that had all of her needs met. And whenever my dad or my mom would be in financial trouble, we would go to grandma's house and stay for a little while till they got back on their feet, and they did what they had to do. And me and my brother would share one of the rooms, and it got to a point where I just started sleeping on the downstairs couch, the living room couch, and that couch sucked. That couch sucked, man. It was wood, but it had nails, and sometimes the nails would poke me. Sometimes splinters would poke me. But that was also back when I wasn't. Sometimes I would hit up my uncle Rich and ask him if I could like sell water with him, and that was an interesting experience. But all in all, there would be days when I would like come back from selling water, or I wouldn't do shit that day, and I would just be in my head, man, and I would just imagine what life would be if I followed my dreams. And then like I would just dream of like being like a really popular rapper, like not even like a famous one, like not even on some like got money. And I because I grew up doing Christian rap, and all the pros in Christian rap love to stress how you're not supposed to care about money. It's ridiculous, to be honest with you. When I look back on uh in rap, there's really so many topics you can cover because you're not making secular music. So you just have to talk about it, how you're better than everybody else because you don't do what the world does. And I know that's not the intent, but I mean, geez, man, rap is rap. You gonna feel some type of way regardless. So if you gonna brag rap about God, you gonna brag rap about how you're a faithful servant, and yeah, man, I don't be getting no money, man. I be broke as fuck, but I got Jesus. Like, it's like that's really the energy behind it. um, but so I would just imagine stuff. I would imagine being a grown ass Power Ranger. I still want to be a Power Ranger, man. That's not true. That's not true. I don't. I don't want to be a Power Ranger. But I like that I still am intrigued by Power Rangers. I would imagine that I was Static Shock, because I fucking love Static Shock. Fucking love Static Shock, man. That's like the greatest superhero of all time to me, man. I think I haven't mentioned this before, but no, I think like Spider-Man and Static Shock are like tied for first place, and then like everybody else, it always changes based on how I feel or whose movie came out and was dope. like Thor fucked around and got in my top 5 after Ragnarok. So and that never happened. I didn't give a fuck about Thor. I would play Ultimate Alliance. Like, man, who the fuck is Thor, man? I ain't fuck with Thor. I ain't fuck with Captain America. I'm just like, yo, man, when do I unlock Spider-Man, dog? Like, that's all I'm here to play. But yeah, being in your head is weird because it's things feel better in there, and you're not supposed to be there for too long because it's not real. Nothing that you experience in your mind is real. Everything that you experience in your mind is just a perception of what is happening. If somebody punches me in the face, I then have to perceive how I feel about that. And of course, there's an automatic response, but I'm in control of that response. I can choose to be upset about it. I can choose to fight back. I can choose to just stand there and look confused. We don't consider that. We really take for granted how much power we have over ourselves. We really don't consider that every single thing we do, even right now, every word that I'm deciding, I think I'm just pulling shit out of the air. I'm not. This is something that I'm just deciding to do. I decide that this is going to be a very wild topic, and if I want this to be more controlled, if I want this to be more precise, if I don't want to be all over the place, then I then have to choose to go through the necessary steps to make that happen. So, of course, because I'm me, I choose not to do that. I opt to have this wild, no point, just just rambling ass video of a very close. I've never been closer to the camera ever. I really do like the pictures I take of myself, though. I do. I have this weird fascination with the pictures I take of myself. At least as of recently, considering that I'm taking them for the purpose of this video. I wanted to give you something, cool to look at, or something interesting to look at, or something weird to look at. I don't know. Ever since I started this YouTube channel, I've been thinking about that a lot. Just what kind of pictures of myself do I want to take? And I've been experimenting with how I want to take certain pictures. And, I mean, I'm not going to fuck around and become a photographer, or I might. Probably not. But maybe. Probably not. But I've always been creative. And it's a shame that there isn't much security in being creative. That you really like, if you want to make a career out of being creative, you really have to believe in yourself. Like, you like against all odds type shit. And I don't. I really don't. I have a pretty, I don't know if it's healthy, but I'd like to think so. Fuck it. For the sake of this podcast, I have a very healthy ego. I don't believe in myself so much that I think I can do shit that's completely impossible, which is a shame because I come from that. I come from a community of people that believe they can do anything that they want because some dude died on the cross 2,000 years ago. And I don't resonate with any of it. I respect it, you know. I paid my dues in the church. By force mostly. If you gave me the option, I wouldn't give a fuck about any of that shit, but I memorized my scriptures. I went to the services. I drank my communion. You feel me? I did what I was supposed to do. Life is great inside my brain, man. It really is. And then I come out and I don't feel real. It takes me a minute. I gotta load. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm laying in bed. I haven't done shit for an hour. So now I gotta think of something to do so that I don't feel guilty for just laying in bed for an entire hour. Most of my life is just like half of my day-to-day experience is feeling guilty for wasting time. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just I get a lot of views, but it's only cuz I watch my own shit so much. I don't know. Listen, man, if you're somebody other than myself listening to this, thank you, man. Thanks.